My best friend got married yesterday. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, I want you guys to drop a one in the chat if you are ready, like I said, okay, to pay some attention, but most importantly, to take this information and go ahead and apply it. Okay, because for anyone who is on this call, you not taking notes, you not applying it, puts you at the exact same position as the individual who's not on the call. Okay, so let me accept the last couple of people. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And my topic for today, guys, is closing and handling objections. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go into slideshow. I want you guys to put one in the chat if you can see my screen. Okay. If my screen is being shared with you guys, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make someone that I recognize co-host, if that's okay with you, so you can accept people. Because I can't be doing two things at once. Okay, SNK, I've made you co-host. If you wouldn't mind, please accepting people. Is there anyone else that I recognize? Hasna, who is about to hit 1K this weekend. I am going to make you co-host so you can accept people. Okay, amazing, guys. So let's get straight into this topic, which in my eyes, one of the most important things when it comes to this business, okay? Because we're in an amazing opportunity where we have an amazing system where we can get leads. We're using TikTok, we're using Instagram, we have people texting us, we have people watching our content, but what a lot of people, unfortunately, I'm not going to say struggle with, but what they face as a difficulty is getting people over the line. When one thing that you guys need to realize, all sales is, or any product or service that we're providing, we're just solution solvers. But one thing that you need to realize, what you want is like it's in a safe, and a safe has a combination, and your words are gonna unlock the combination. That's all that it is. Okay? That's the way that I want you to look at it from now on. You want people to join your business. You need to unlock the safe. And every sentence that you use properly, every emotion, every word, it unlocks it. That's how easy it is. Okay. For me, I once had a mentor over in America, still great friends with. He could have got me to do anything that he wanted to do. His wording was amazing. And I realized that, oh my God, that's all that it is. We just need to be good with our wording, our tonality. We just need to be good at making sense, making people hear what they want to hear, and we will get what we want. But as we go on, guys, I just want you to remember a couple of rules as you go on in your journey. Closing is simply closing the gap between the situation and the destination. The situation being that someone is living paycheck to paycheck, someone maybe does not have enough time for their kids. The destination, okay, we need to get to it. Gifu's the vehicle, you're going to help them drive it. If they say no, they're not saying no to you. I know Sandy's on the call, and I said it to her a couple of minutes ago. People don't say no to you. They say no to bettering themselves. They're just not ready for a new beginning. They're not ready to level up. Okay? It's the exact same, guys, when people comment hate. Now, I want you guys to be honest with me. Have you ever had anyone comment hate on any of your videos? I have. Let me know in the chat box. Have you ever had someone comment something negative? Okay. You do realize they're not being negative towards you. They're just expressing how much they hate their situation. Do you not get it? That's how easy it is. People don't hate you. They hate their situation. My mind says, damn, I'm sorry your situation is like that. That's all that is. If someone says no to me, you didn't say no to me. You said no to using to what I have to change your situation. That's all that it is. Okay? Another rule that I want you to remember, you must do some digging to find the real want and need. Therefore, people are not going to watch your video. Okay, send me the link. No, no. For example, when someone hits me up, the first thing I do is, what are you looking to do? Oh, that's amazing. You texted me, but what did you text me for? I want to find out what it is that you want. Okay? And this is not only for a business, this is for anything. If you guys go to go buy a car, they'll most likely ask you, well, okay, do you have a family or is it just for you? Oh, because if you have a family, I might suggest a 4x4. If it's just you, okay, I know I can suggest another model. Okay? Remain calm when handling objections. Agree with them and don't disagree. So let's go into the next chapter now and let's have a look at what I mean by that. The lead up to a close, okay? First, when it comes to closing, guys, always over the phone call, never over the text. If anyone studies Brian Carruthers, we all know what he says. If you just leave it to text, that's 80% of the sale gone, okay? Meaning, once someone has your link, they don't need you. That's the thing that people don't realize. Sending the link, I don't need you no more. I have the link whenever I want. I'll buy it whenever I want. Have you ever had someone who told you, I'm going to sign up and you're there texting them every couple of days? You ready? You ready? Have you done that at the start of your journey? Are you ready? Or I'm going to sign up on Friday. You text them on Friday. I'm not ready just yet. It's the exact same with this. Once people have your link, they don't need you. Okay? The way I word it, instead of saying, well, no, I'm not, I can only do it over the phone because I don't trust you. I don't want you to send, I don't want to send you my link, then I don't want to be disappointed. We can't word it like that. So let's organize a call. Due to how busy I am, let's do a call so you can ask me all your questions and I can see if you qualify to work with me. So I'm making them realize that, okay, I want to do a call. So what's in it for them? They can ask all the questions that they want. This is a call where I'm giving you all my time. Okay? When in reality, it's I don't have time to go back and forth in text. Okay? I have a busy schedule. And if you want to talk to me, we'll do a call. But we can't word it like that. What's in it for me? I can see if you qualify to work with me. I have a question. Do you believe that Gifu can change someone's situation? And do you believe that Mastermind is the best team in the industry? Because I do. So my mindset is not, yeah, I'll just send you the link and congratulations, you get access to Gifu. No, you get to work with me. And this is something that everyone, it doesn't matter what rank you are. This is one thing that I want to make clear. From now on, the energy that you have, four no more, zero no more, unranked, D rank, not on the business just yet. If you're not, you shouldn't be on the call. But my point is, no matter what position you're in, okay, people are privileged to work with you. You are privileged that I'm sharing with you this opportunity. This is the way that you guys need to look at it. Okay? I have access to an opportunity, okay, where there's 6, 7, 8 figure earners. I have access to a team, even when I work with different people. I actually see Nicola Compton, okay, an amazing director that we have on the team. My personal team, guys, it's more women than men. So my mindset is, well, these women that I'm bringing in, they have the privilege of jumping on trainings with the likes of Nicola. If I'm bringing in someone, an older man, now, when I say old, I don't mean old, but someone in their 30s. Jason, if I'm bringing in a young female, Anastasia. So people are lucky that we have access to a whole fleet of education, but elite people that can help them change their situation. Okay? Let them pick a time and make them believe they're in charge. You don't need to do this. I like to do this. I'm petty. I'm still petty, guys. I always like to be in charge. But I let them pick a time and I'll add 10 minutes to it. Why? Because I'm petty. You adding 10 minutes or not adding 10 minutes is not going to make or break anything. But this is just the way I do it. Okay? I let them pick a time and I say, okay, if you want to do half 12, I can do 22. If you want to do 12, I can actually do 10 past. Okay? That's just the way I operate. You want to make sure that they have watched your video so you know that they know the key points. Okay? This is something that's super important, guys. Would you agree with me that there's nothing more draining than being on a call with someone and the first thing they say, well, what's this about? How much is it? There's a video which explains what what's it about? I want to talk to you about the weather. or your favorite movie. No, there's a whole video which explains everything that we do. And especially if you guys are now going to get in the habit of doing your own calls, or even if you're getting, and especially if you're getting your upline on the call. Okay? If you're getting your upline on the call, his or her time is very valuable. I'm making sure that the prospect has done their homework. You've watched the video, you know the prices. You can ask me questions, but you can ask me questions on what you have watched. There's a very big difference. It's just like when we're bringing in a customer. This is one thing I always say to my team. You can ask me any questions that you have, but don't ask me questions on something that you haven't watched. There's a very big difference. If you don't understand something, that's fine. But if you don't understand something because you haven't looked into it, there's a very big difference. So it's the exact same with this. Before we jump on a call, have a look at this quick video, which is going to give an explanation as to why I do. The video does the work for you. If they're not interested, they're not going to jump on a call. They're willing to jump on a call, they're interested. Okay? Protect your time. Make sure that they have watched the video. Okay? Now you are onto the phone call. This is something that's very important. One of the biggest mistakes that people make, they jump straight into it. Hold on a minute. People are about to buy into your business. People are actually going to potentially enter their card details. They're going to invest. Okay, that money, they spend a couple of hours working for it. Let's slow it down. Let's not go for the kill straight away. Okay, it's just like, for example, I don't know about you, but when I see someone knocking on my door to sell me something, although I'm a salesman, it's like, no, get out. I'm not talking to you. So don't be that person who, as soon as you're on the phone call, well, okay, are you ready? No. How's your day been? A friendly, but also serious tone. And even over the phone, you see I have it here, smile. You guys don't realize it, but when you smile, your words come out differently. Why? Your mouth's open, different pronunciations. You don't realize it, but people can hear it over the phone. Okay? The small details like that that make a big difference. Do you see the way when I'm dropping this information, now I'm smiling? Friendly but serious tone. Smile. People can sense a smile over the phone. Do you guys see the difference? Did you see how different it is? So, pleasantries. How's your day been? How's your work been? Because I'm just your friend who has the value that you want. Okay? That's to set them up. Return the favor. Yeah, my day's been good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? What I always say to people when people ask me, how about you? I tell them the truth. Look, my day's been crazy but good. The team's making money. At the moment, we're organizing the Greece trip. So I'm always letting them know what we have in regards to the business because they're gonna get in my business. Look, today's been amazing. That one of the co-hosts muted me. So sorry about that, guys. Just put one in the chat if you can hear me. I've never been muted on my own call, but there's a first time for everything. So whenever I'm talking to someone, okay, I always let them know what I have going on in my business. Okay? Right now we have a Greece trip coming up. I know that people like to travel. Oh, the team's made money. I know people want to make money. So always refer back to your business, okay? I have 5 minutes, so we will get straight into it if you don't mind. This is me setting the tone, setting the pace that this is my phone call. For all the new people who are new, have you ever had someone control the call? And when I say control the call, they talk over you, they do all the talking, you barely get to ask any of the questions. Have you ever had people like that? Yes. Okay, it happens, but that's because you're not setting the tone. Okay? You control everything when it comes to the call. The questions, even as when you're done talking. Okay, if someone's talking for too long, I'll wait for them to finish a word and I'll move on to my next thing. Okay? Because again, my time is valuable. So I have a call in 5 minutes, so let's get straight into it if you don't mind. Okay? When it comes to the call, guys, there's a couple of questions that I ask. This is very important. This is a lead up. This is a formula. Okay? NEPQ. There's an individual called Jeremy Minor. If you're on my team, you see, I always recommend him. NEPQ stands for neuro emotional persuasion. You can say persuasion, persuasion, whatever you want, questioning. Okay. These are questions that put the guard down. I'm still a stranger. Okay. They're not friends with me. They're not friends with your mentor, your upline. Okay. They have their guard up. You're trying to sell me something. Okay. They don't see you as a friend. So as they have their guard up, this is where you collect. Okay. You can see it right here, Jason. Look, neuro. Oh, for the guy, one second. Let me type it in the chat box. Jeremy, Jeremy Minor. So these are questions that put the guy down. It's you collecting info in case they try and back out. Because you need to remember, people are looking for a reason not to do this. They know they want to do this, but they're looking for a reason not to do this. Because let me ask you this. In this business, do we spend or do we invest? That's not a trick question. You buying a package, is it investing or is it spending? Investing. Okay. However, unfortunately, we are in a society where we love to spend and we don't like to invest. Okay, there's a very big difference. So people are going to look for a reason to not do this. Okay, so as you find that information about them, this is information that you're going to be able to use. I'm even going to say against them if they try and back out. Okay, you need to realize that people want this, they just have an excuse. Okay, and as you're working on these questions, our tone needs to fluctuate. Okay, so have a look at this. This is what I personally do. So before we even get into it, or let's say, who do I see? I have I see someone called, let me pick a random, Kelvin or Kevlin. Okay. Let's say I'm on a call with Kevlin. Okay. We skip the pleasantries and all that. So look, before we even get into the business, just tell me about yourself. What is it that you do? Why do I want to find that out? Oh, I'm working in a restaurant, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can relate to. Now, I'm fortunate for me, I had 8 different jobs by the time I was 21. So a lot of the time, I've worked a job that people have worked. Okay, so ask these types of questions to see if there's either someone on your team who does that or if you've done it yourself. Because the more relatable you are, the easier it's going to be. Okay, yeah, I worked in a restaurant myself, and this is where people open up and say to them, "What? How long have you been working there?" You know, listen, I've been in that restaurant a year, 2 years. Damn, I'd say it's tiring, is it? What's it like? What I always say to them is it something you're doing as a career or just to pay the bills? Because there's a very big difference. As a career, they enjoy it. Bills, it means that I can help them maybe replace the bills. Oh, I've been doing it X amount of time. It's tiring, Ryan. It's long hours. And how long has it been like that? So now I know, for example, Kevlin been working in the restaurant for the last 2 years, but he doesn't get a minute to himself. So for the last 2 years, he's been stressed. He's been broke. He's been in a job he doesn't like. That's information. Okay? And let me ask you this. How long have you been thinking about making money online? Is this your first time or have you ever made money online before? The reason for that, 90% of people have been thinking about making money online for a long time. They just haven't tried anything. So I can use that against them. Or people have tried a couple of different things, but they haven't tried what we tried. So then I can say to them down the line, well, look, you've tried all these different things. This is something new to you. This is something that comes with mentorship. Okay. And if they say they've been thinking about it for a while, as we go down the close, I'll show you how I'll use that one. Okay. Now, how much would it take for you to change your situation? For me, when I first started this 5 years ago, guys, 1K a month. 1K a month, my situation has changed. I'm not rich, but when I added up all my bills, okay, this is good. So ask people. Now, if people can't give you a clear answer because we are putting them on the spot, what I say to them is, well, look, if you had to add up all your bills, what would you say? Or sometimes if they don't even know that, I'll say, well, okay, with an extra maybe, I don't know, 700. Now, someone have a guess as to why I'm saying 700. Someone have a wild guess. I'll be very surprised if you guys don't know this. There we go. There's a rank of 700. There you go. Okay. So just try and relay it back to the rank. Okay. So yes, 700. Absolutely. And how would you feel if you were able to do that? They'll think about that. Okay. For me, when I was in work, it was like I was daydreaming of what it was going to be like when I can do it. Okay. Now I daydream of what's it going to be like when I end the year on 50K a month. That's during the day. Sometimes I just be thinking about what it's going to be like. So you make them, put them on the spot. And and Hasna, how would you feel if you were able to do that? Or my tonality and and how long have you been living like that? I've been overworked for 2 years. And how long have you been living like that? But Hasna, how would you feel if you were able to do that? Okay. So my tonality is going from, curious to caring. And how would you feel if you were able to do that? So it's like a mix of emotions for them. Okay. Financial confirmation. Now, can we all agree, guys, that it is a no-brainer that they should jump on the call only if they have money? The answer is yes. However, common sense is not so common in the industry of sales. Okay. So as you can see right here, we now go on to the financial confirmation. Okay. The reason why I ask you all these questions is because we're nearly all the same. Okay. But not many do anything to change that. Okay. However, the fact that you're on the call shows that you are. Showing them a little compliment. You know, yeah, it shows me that you're serious. It shows me that you're willing to change. What kind of position are you in financially? Damn, I need to change the price. Okay. This one right here, guys, for the ones who are in my former opportunity, I'll be so honest with you. And we can say in that we're not in this opportunity. It annoyed me at how cheap this was. And still now, it annoys me how cheap Gifu is. It really does. Like when I look at what we have, it's like, damn, we're paying this to completely change our lives. Someone said the connection is lagging. Am I good? Put one in the chat, guys, if my connection is good. Okay, amazing. So for this case, we're going to change it to the price that whatever package you're selling is. Okay. What type of position are you in financially? You know, do you think blah 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 is a lot? Are you in a position to invest X amount in yourself? Now, the reason why I say what type of position are you in financially is because a lot of people sometimes they don't know themselves. So I'll hint it. Okay. Sometimes I won't go straight for the do you have 255? Are you in a position to invest 255? Say, what kind of position are you in? And say, what I don't know. Would you say 255 is a lot? Or most of the time, whatever package you're selling, guys, I'll add a bit on top. Just to see. Okay? Just to see that are they scraping the money or do they have the money? There's a very big difference. If they're scraping, they can get in, they ain't got no money to fund the account. Okay? If they have enough money, they can kill two birds with one stone. Okay? So then you're gonna ask about the price. Okay, someone said something in the chat box. Okay. Um, ask about the price. Okay. Um, and if they don't agree, okay, sorry guys, again. If they think that the price is a lot, this is when I agree. One of the biggest mistakes that people make because they believe so much in the opportunity. But no, 255 is not a lot. 255 is not expensive for this. We're not here to argue with them. Look, I agree with you. 255 for me when I first started, it was a lot. And that's the reason why I got started. What I always say to people, and I asked them a genuine question, I said, look, I agree with you. It can be a lot, but if it's a lot now, do you think 255 will be a lot more in a couple of months and years when the price of everything continues going up? That's what I say to people. So look, if it's a lot for you now, 255 is going to feel like a lot more as we go on. Okay. So I got my financial confirmation. Okay. Explain what we do, but use their points. Okay. Remember that everyone has different wants and needs. So for example, let me ask you this. Let's relate to what we're using. What are people using, guys? Because I know we have different teams. What way do you guys make money from the platform? We'll say trading wise. Let me know in the chat box what you guys are using. Is it live trading? Is it scanners? Is it copy trading? Let me know. Okay, scanners, copy trading, live sessions. Okay, amazing. So I'll start talking about what we have. If someone's overworked, they're working crazy hours. Do they have time for the education, guys? We all know they should, but let's also be realistic. If someone's working 60 hours, they have family and all that. What do you think is going to be the best thing that we're going to refer them to? Someone has a crazy busy schedule. Copy trading. I always start with copy trading. Okay? The reason for that, guys, is because it's the easiest thing that someone can do. However, I always, and this is something that I think is very important, guys, so you can protect your back. When you're talking about copy trading and all that, make it clear to them that copy trading is something they'll do at the start with the aim to actually learn through the live sessions as they go on. And the reason why it's very important you guys do that, we don't always win copy trading wise. We have bad days. We all have bad days. The educators are human. So if people come into this and they only have the mindset that copy trading is all that they're using, it's not going to work out for them. A bad day and it's the end of the world for them. Okay? I personally, and I always say it to people, I say, if you're only going to do copy trading, this is not worth your time. This is how honest I am with people because I know the value in what we have. If you're paying just for copy trading, I say to them, I say, no trade is worth 169 a month. That's me being honest with you. However, if you use everything that we have, because GFU is like a buffet, it's like a pick and mix. If you use the pick and mix, it's worth it. Okay? If you're on the live calls when you have your own time, you're copy trading while you're on work. So while you're on work, you're making money. Because if you make money while you're on work, you don't hate your job anymore. Because one thing that you guys need to realize, people do not hate their job. They hate the fact that they're working for peanuts. There's a very big difference. Okay? When I was making money in the factories, it was a bit easier. I still didn't like the factory, but I was going home with a smile because I knew that I had made double money. I had made my small wage from being overworked and underpaid, but I also had made money from my phone. And I want you to actually ask yourself this, guys, for anyone who's still working your job, because jobs are amazing. Okay? Jobs are well needed to succeed in life. You want to start a business, you need an income, you need a job. But let me ask you this, guys. If you're making money through your phone, do you think your job will be a lot more tolerable? Do you think you'll be actually okay with going to work? Because I have a lot of people on my team, they're not made to do this full time. Guys, you need to realize that you can live a good life working a job. You're just going to be rich in a job. Some people need to work. I have a friend, um, SNK, you're on this call. SNK would know him. I have a friend called Fudge, Keen, okay? He was in my very first company. Trading wise, guys, made multiple six figures. He still does. You guys do know he still works. He works part-time because he needs the discipline. He needs to be kept busy. If he has all the time on his own, he doesn't know what to do with himself. And it's the exact same with the business, guys. Have you not noticed that sometimes when a lot of people they hit a good rank, they leave their job, they don't know what to do during the day. Okay? So my point is, make it clear to your people that they don't need to leave their job to be successful with this. Okay? They just need to use what we have. Now, I did go a bit off topic with this, so let me go back. Okay? So find out what it is that people want and relate to them. So some people they want it's their time that they want. Some people it's the money. Okay? I have a team personally for me where people have good careers, so they have money. So I know that when I talk to them about money, it doesn't excite them. Okay. People, I'm looking even at Hasna. All of Hasna's team, they have amazing careers. What do they need? They need the time for their kids. Okay? People make good money, especially in Netherlands. You guys are rich. It's an expensive country, but you guys are rich. Okay? So some people it's time, some people it's freedom. For example, there's an individual who we have on the call now. I know that she needs more time with her kids. And we decided that 2K allows her to have an extra 2 days a week with her kids. Guys, do you not think that that's so much more appealing to someone to say, well, look, how about I help you make X amount so you can have X amount more time with your kids? Instead of me saying, yeah, I'm going to help you make extra money. Okay? Give them an explanation as to what we have and how it can help them. Okay? On to my next part. Okay? The triple no. Have a look at this, guys. You've been looking for a solution. If I go back a couple of slides, how long have you been thinking about an extra income? You've been looking for a solution for X amount of time. Okay? And this is the part where we're on the close now. Okay? So sometimes when I know that someone is going to be a hard one, I ask them a genuine question. I say, well, look, you've been looking for a way to make an extra 600, an extra 700 a month for the last 2 years. When was the last time you were on a call with someone actually willing to help you? Like actually make them realize. When? Oh, never. So realistically, when is the next time? Or realistically, is that going to happen again anytime soon? Or let's say if I'm talking to someone who's 23 or 24, when was the last time you were on a call with someone who's actually willing to show you how to make money? Never. You waited 24 years for a phone call? Are you going to wait another 24 more years? That's my first no. Boom. Triple no. I've won out of three. Okay? Is anything going to change if you don't at least try? No. Is is anything going to change if you don't at least try? Is anything going to change if you don't try? Notice the tonality, guys. Is anything going to change if you don't at least try? Like I'm concerned. I'm worried about you. Is anything going to change? You see the difference? No. I have two out of three. Okay. Are you okay with continuing to live like that? Are you genuinely okay with that? If you are, you don't need me. That's another no. Okay. Or sometimes if I don't want to use this and I need another no, what will I say to them? I said, well, look, we we we've realized that this is the first time in X amount of years that you were on a call like this. We've realized that nothing is going to change if we don't at least try. So, look, I have one more question before I let you go. My next call. Are you opposed to at least giving this a shot for 4 weeks? No, it's only 4 weeks. Are you opposed to at least giving this a shot for 4 weeks? No, I have my tree nose. Okay? So just find a way where you can ask questions where people are going to say no. Okay? It's so much easier for people to say no than people say yes. Can we all agree? There was actually a crazy statistic. I should have screenshotted for this training that like kids from born until whatever age, they heard the word no a couple of thousand of times. I can't remember how crazy the number was. But my point is, we live in a no world. It is so much easier to be negative. No is a negative word. It's so much easier for people to be negative. Bingo, 0 to 18 years old, 150,000 times. Ugh, ugh. We don't like the word no in this business. No, can't, when, if. It's not in our vocab. Okay, we don't use these words. Okay, so my final question, okay, or you can use this one. My final question, if I was to show you how to make an extra 600, are you opposed to at least giving this a shot for 4 weeks? Okay, so the last part, guys, is just the triple no. Okay, objections. I don't know what objections are. Okay. So since I don't know what objections are, because I do it like that, you guys give me objections. Why are the objections that you guys face? Because for me, when I use this formula, I don't really face uh, objections because I'm taking my time, but everything is organized. I'm it's like I'm wheeling them in, okay? One step closer, one step closer. So why are the objections that you guys face? If someone tells me price, there's a video which explains what we do. If it's price, this is a question I asked them, guys. So let me ask you this, okay? Because for some people, they genuinely don't have money. But a lot of people, they will tell you that they have money, but they don't. So when it comes to the price, I said to them, I said, well, look, let me ask you this. Is it a case that you have money, but you want to come into this with more? Or is it a case that you genuinely don't have money? Okay? So if people say that it is a case that they have money, we're good. They have money. Okay? We just need to make them realize most of the time people, why do you guys think that sometimes people want to come into this with more money? Safety net, yeah. Safety net, or they just need to wait, they want to wait until the next paycheck. You know, I don't want to leave myself with maybe X amount in my account until my next payday. That's why it is for most people. Okay? Someone actually fund their account. What I say to people right now, I said the priority is not your trading account. My priority is you trying this so you can see if this is something that you want to continue from now until the end of the year. So don't worry about your trading account. Okay? So for whoever said for their trading account. But when people are waiting for the next paycheck, I said to them, well, look, when is your next paycheck? It's in 2 weeks. Okay? So two things can happen. In 2 weeks, they can get paid. They can put money in their trading account. Okay? So what I say to them, because again, you wanna be as realistic with them. So look, my priority is for you to try this and really get as much time into it, okay, before your next paycheck comes. Because at least you know that when your next paycheck comes, you can at least say, well, okay, I've tried it and I want to put X amount in my trading account. Or I can say I've tried it and it's not for me. Because the difference between now and then, especially now that we have a discount, is the money you could have made and the money you could have saved. That's what I say to people. Yeah, that's cool. You want to join in 3 weeks? The difference between now and 3 weeks is the money you could have made and the money you could have saved. Okay? Someone said I've been scammed. Hey, I know it's a scary industry. That's why I'm doing this call with you. Okay? Scammers don't do calls. That's why I'm so active on social media. I post my face. That's why the scamming one to me is very easy. That's why we do events. So we do all these events. I'm doing this call with you so you can see that I'm just like you. Okay? And this is just personal one. I always say to people because for me I'm very upfront. I'm so detached from the sale that I make it clear to them. I say, look, if I'm to scam you, it's for a lot more than 255. Or 255 do not pay my bills. So I'm not scamming you on that one. Or you can just have a laugh with them and say, look, I'll be honest with you. We live in a world where 255 can't even get you much. So you don't need to worry about me scamming you. Okay? Any other ones, guys? And when it comes to scams, guys, one thing I'll say, this is the importance of you working on your page. Like, as a beginner, did I get the scam? Yes. I don't know. It's you want to work so much on your page where it's like it's almost an insult to ask me, is this a scam? It's like, have you not seen my page? Is Chris, are you saying that your objection is which broker are you using with GFU? Or are you asking me personally? Because I don't think that's an objection, but if it is, just circle back on that so I can answer that one. Bad reviews online. I love a bad review. A bad review makes it realistic. Okay, so what I say to them, I say, hey, that's completely fine. Bad reviews are part of the game. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to please everyone. But let me ask you this. Are there more bad reviews or more good reviews? More good reviews. So let me ask you this. Would you not say that it's maybe the small fraction of bad reviews? Maybe they've done something wrong. That's the way I say it to people. Okay? Or for the ones around the industry like me, a long time, oh, what's your favorite movie? Does that movie have bad reviews? What's your favorite restaurant? Does that restaurant have bad reviews? So the bad reviews is one of my favorite ones. I said, well, look, that's totally understandable, but are there more bad reviews than good reviews? No, there's more good reviews. So let me ask this, or even when they say, my friend had a bad experience, do you not think maybe it's something that your friend has done wrong? If there's so many people doing this, if it's worked for so many people, because you're on this call because you know it works, or else you wouldn't be on the call. Um, what if I lose money? Okay. When it comes to losing money, I always say to them, well, look, at the start, you're going to be using a demo account, but losing money is part of the game. We all lose money. But luckily, we're a lot more profitable, or else I wouldn't have a business. But I'm not going to lie to you, it does happen to lose a bit of money. Be upfront with it. I don't want to invest money in vain. What do you mean by in vain? Salim, let's go over that one. I don't want to invest money in vain. I've tried these things a good few times and not worked. When people say I've tried all these different things, again, I'm upfront to them and say, look, I know some people have had bad experiences. And one thing, this is the importance of when you're doing the call, edifying the person doing the call. Whoever you're doing the call with, they most likely have some experience. So what I say to people, I say, look, I've been doing this full time 5 years. If I wasn't good, I'd be working. Okay? But what I say to people, I say, look, I'm sorry you've had a bad experience. It's very common, but I can't talk about what you haven't done with me. Okay? The reason why I've been able to make a living off this for the last 5 years is because I can make it work. That's what I say to people. Composure. I I can't tell you about other people. That's none of my business. I'm here to talk to you about my business. My business is you. Okay? That's why I say to people. Um, why do I pay a monthly fee? Because educators have families to feed. No, I'm only joking. Um, well, when it comes to that, I always say to them, I say, you don't have to pay a monthly fee. You don't have to. There's no contract. It's a subscription based. So at least if you don't like it, you can call it a day whenever you want. However, the fact that it's only X amount, I'll be honest with you. If you're not making this on a monthly basis, I do think there is a problem. If you come into this and after a bit you don't make this on a monthly basis, I do think there is a problem. But if you don't want to pay for this, you can also get it for free. But right now, I'm talking to you about at least trying it for a month. I'm not talking to you about the next 3, 4, 5 months. Right now, I just want you to try it to see if it's for you. Which broker are you using for this? Can we use any broker? What I say to them is absolutely. GFU is an educational platform. We don't manage anyone's money or anything like that. What broker you're using is none of my business. What I can do is, of course, recommend you the one that I use, but you can use whatever you want. Is for free on the internet. That's I love that one. Okay. When people say it's for free, I always say to them, well, look, if everything that was for free worked on the internet, we wouldn't have universities and I wouldn't have a business. So you can go and get it for free. We can check back in with each other in a couple of months and you let me know how it goes. Um, I got one. Uh, I don't have time. That's again, relay back to you. For me, I was the exact same. For the people who know me, I used to work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in a paper factory. So look, that's understandable. But you're gonna get to do copy trading, which means that while you're in work, you're gonna get to make some money. So the copy trading does not take time. What takes time is actually learning how to trade. But my priority right now is helping you make money. So that's why I'm going to get you to do some copy trading. But the copy trading is going to make you money, which is going to buy you back time. Uh, I've only got cash right now. Go to the ATM. If there's no ATM, absolutely. Look, my slots are going to run out. So if it is the case that you only have cash, here's the only thing I think you can do. How about you get someone to buy it for you and you give them the cash? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's the weekend. If you need to go to the ATM on Monday, I don't even know if I have slots left. And you sound like an amazing person that I want to help. So I don't want to lie to you and say, go to the ATM Monday, Tuesday, and come back to me. Because I don't want you to come back to me and not have any slots left. Um, while at work, I don't. Okay. While at work, I don't have time to do copy trading. That's understandable. It's normal. Some people have jobs where you need to pay attention. So let me ask you this. How many hours do you work? Okay. I work 8 hours. So that's 40 hours a week. Okay. How many hours do you sleep? I sleep 6 hours. So that's 42. Okay. You just plan out the week. Break down the week. Do you go to the gym? X amount of things. Okay. We all have, if I was to do it properly, wow, we have 24 times 7, there's 168 hours. Okay, so someone worked 40 hours. Okay, 128 hours left. Okay, they sleep 42 hours a week. Maybe that's why they're broke. 86. Okay, they go to the gym, let's say 1 hour a day, 7 hours. Gym, sleep, work, there's still 79 hours. What do we do during the 79? So when people give me that, I say to them, I say, look, I'll be honest with you. I used to think I don't have time. It's not a case that you don't have time. You just don't know what to do with your time. It's not a case that you don't have money. You just don't know what to do with your money. Because that's all that it is. I even posted a video the other day. The 9 to 5 is not why people are broke. The 5 to 9 is why people are broke. They don't know what to do when they have the free time. The paycheck, they don't know what to do with it. When you don't know what to do with your paycheck, you blow it. You see the difference? Um, Okay, last question, and then I'm gonna put in Jeremy Minor. Well, I'll type Jeremy Minor now, and you guys can study all that. Um, what if I'm interested, but I am not making enough profit to pay my monthly fee? How can you continue? That's an amazing question, Richie. Richie, you the man. Love that question. So what I always say to people is, okay, if it's a case that you're interested in it. Okay? It means that you see the potential in it, don't you? You know, you see the bigger picture. You see the team making money. So you've two options. Okay? You've the option where you can continue investing in yourself. And I know it may not be nice right now if you're not making enough to cover it, but if you're at least making money, that's good. Because if you can make small, you can make big. It's just a matter of time. But if it's a case that you're like me and you don't like paying for things, there's also an option that you can get it for free. Now you're interested in this because you know it works. So how about we get a couple of your friends involved and you can get this for free? Or you're interested in it. I'm sure you know people who are interested in it. How about I show you how to get this for free? It's very easy. So that one, if they're interested, they will stay. They see the bigger picture. Okay? Or they can get it for free. Guys, that is all from myself. It has been an amazing call. Okay? Some great questions. What I want you to do, okay, is study Jeremy Minor. Okay? The way I've done it when I was on my way to, you know, a good rank, I studied Jeremy Minor, okay, for sales. I studied Eric Worre and Brian Carruthers for network marketing. Okay? It was like a formula. Okay? And then I had my personal development, which was The Secret. Okay? And maybe Think and Grow Rich. or whatever. Okay, I'll type them in. Okay, Brian Carruthers. Okay, Brian Carruthers. He has his YouTube channel. He also has, in my eyes, the Bible of network marketing, which is his book. Does anyone know the name of his book? Has anyone studied it? If anyone's on my team, I talk about it all the time. Okay. He also has Eric. Well, Eric Worre, guys, is something that everyone should know. Yeah, Brian Curtis is building an empire. Eric Worre, guys, he's the seven fundamentals. He has his YouTube. Also, guys, one thing I will say, okay, Eric Worre is doing an event in December. Okay, a lot of us are going to be going to that. My mindset, if I were you, is you have from now until that, okay, to just absolutely smash it with this business and get yourself to a position where you can make the investment to go to that event. Now, when I say make the investment, guys, an investment does not mean you need to be comfortable financially. Okay? An investment to me is if I can scrape the money, I'm doing it. Okay? These type of events, they make a massive difference. So what I would say in the meantime right now, challenge yourself. Listen to all these amazing people. Okay? What's the price of that? So, what I would say for everyone who's interested, just have a chat with your 5K or your director. Okay? But from now until the end of the year, guys, let's put the foot down. Let's impact people. Let's smash it. Okay? If you're not gonna do it for yourself, do it for your amazing team that are counting on you. Guys, have an amazing Saturday. Let's stay active. Let's build this amazing business and let's help people. Take it easy, guys.